Hey guys, Kyle the Death Matter right here, bringing you my review for One Piece episode 847. And okay, so I gotta start off by talking about the pudding scene with her switching personalities on a whim, because it does seem like on the surface, it does because from what we see in this episode, it seems like the show or the series show is going to be treating Pudding's whole split personality as a sort of running gag, which in a weird way I commend One Piece for pretty much making such a serious condition kind of funny, although at the same time there is still a very tragic element to it. I mean, again, it is funny to see Pudding just kind of switch constantly between between being so loving and nice, and then 1 minute she's pretty much a heartless piece of shit. But when you if you look deeper at the way Pudding was acting in the bookends of this episode, it really is kind of a tragic case, because it's pretty much because like the reason why Pudding is like that, to be when you really like the reason why it's so tragic is that once you actually kind of is that once you kind of look deeper at it, and actually kind of analyze as to why Pudding is like that, like it's really kind of heartbreaking in a way, because pretty much because Pudding was constantly both physically and emotionally abused by pretty much everyone around her, from pretty much Big Mom herself to pretty much everyone who pretty much saw her as a freak. She pretty like in once after a while her mind just kind of fractured, and yeah, and yeah, after a while she and after a while she and in a way I think, and of course we can definitely say that in a way that Sanji did kind of help her in a way, but at the same time it's like it's really kind of tragic that all of that abuse ended up leading to her developing such a split personality, like a personality that like something that is beyond her control. It's really kind of a sad thing. It's really kind of a sad thing that Pudding is kind of going through with this whole split personality thing. Again, into definitely to a certain degree, it is funny, and One Piece actually kind of made it funny, which I assume this is going to, which this I'm gonna tell you guys straight up that this is definitely gonna be a running gag. Like I've read the manga, so I definitely know that this isn't gonna be the first time we see it. Like this constant back and forth Pudding's going through is gonna be a running gag. But yeah, at the same time, it really is just a tragic sequence of events that really kind of led Pudding to even acting the way she does. So yeah, it's both one of those things where the perfect way to describe Pudding's like current mental state is that is that she wears two masks. One is definitely the mask of comedy, the other is the mask of tragedy. It's really kind of, it's really nuts in a way. Um, and And okay, now that I've gone on a little bit of a ramble about that one, yeah, sorry, I really had to get that off my chest, because it really, even reading that in the manga was really kind of wow, but yeah, um, funny enough, one weird aspect to the episode is that the recap wasn't as bad this time around, and it's weird I say that, but pretty much between the time that pretty much between them that I think it was the opening ended, and when the recap was over, I didn't. It felt strangely short. Like it felt like like pretty much it didn't take any time at all in order for both the ending, in order for both the opening and the recap, in order to get what they needed to do out of the way, and then get right into the show. It's kind of weird in that respect, but yeah. Um, and the pacing was and okay, the pacing in this episode was equally as strange, because to me, and I think a good chunk of that was, it was very much one of those out of the frying pan and into the fire types, pretty much type situations. Because even though we've, for the most part, pretty much, even though for the most part we've pretty much made it out of the clearing and out of the seducing woods, and Sanji has been drafted by Pudding in order to help make the cake that's going to stop Big Mom. The pacing, like even though all this shit happened, the pacing still isn't going to be that much better. Although in between all of that, there were definitely some cool moments. I can, at least on my one hand, I can definitely mention. Um, like for instance, Brook and Chopper pretty much fighting the chess soldiers and fighting the chess soldiers, fighting the chess, pretty much all the chess people was pretty cool. And oddly enough, the one scene, I can't believe I'm saying this, but the one scene that actually had me howling in laughter where pretty much the scenes where we see Big Mom popping out of the ground and just in the way that Big Mom was doing all that, it basically had me saying Big Mom's a fucking Diglett Pokemon now. Well, I'm not even joking. If you look at the way that the Big Mom was popping out of the ground in this episode, she was pretty much acting like a Diglett or a Dugtrio or just a Diglett Pokemon. She was acting like a ground type or Diglett Pokemon. It's it's so nonsensical and so stupid that it's actually kind of funny. I don't know why I was laughing at that so much, but it was just one of those things where you say, this is actually fucking hilarious. Like, it is legit hilarious. I cannot believe I'm laughing at this. This is, it was just so nonsensical, so stupid that it was actually kind of funny. It's weird. It's just weird. And okay, honestly, I want to talk a little longer about the scenes of Brook and Chopper fighting on the Sunny, specifically about Brook, because even though 99% of those scenes of Brook fighting were pretty much anime only moments, I feel, as weird as it is, I feel those scenes with Brook actually kind of helped to at least to reinforce for me how much of an important figure that Brook has actually been in this arc. Because if you really stop and think about it, like, okay, we can pretty much say that the entirety of this whole Cake Island arc, the whole purpose of it, was pretty much in order to give Sanji development as pretty much Oda had said in the past when he was doing this material in the manga, by saying we're pretty much entering into the year of Sanji. Like this whole arc with the whole Cake Island arc has definitely been Sanji's arc through and through. But it is nice to know that underneath that on the side, we can definitely say that at least that characters like Brook have definitely taken a lot more of a bigger spotlight, because we were always kind of, I think with we definitely have to agree that as One Piece that does balance out its main cast, there are definitely some that have gotten a little more screen time and a little more development than others. But it was just it's just amazing to see that Brook have such an important role in this one arc. And I really like how those scenes kind of reinforce just how important he is, because if you really think about it, if Brook wasn't here on Whole Cake Island and Brook's abilities and Brook didn't have these abilities that he does, then as weird as it is to say, but I think the fodder characters, like the fodder crew members, like the chess soldiers, like all these fodder characters would have definitely given Luffy and the crew a lot harder of a time than we might actually believe. And because Brook, his whole power of manipulating the soul, it really fucking came in handy here, and I love it. Yeah. But yeah, guys, that's my review. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Facebook. Death Not Even Me, signing off. Later, guys.